Welcome to another episode of SCL News. I'm your host, SCL Matt, and today is Monday, September 12th. Things are a little bit different this week. I'm on the road, so I have to record this from my parents' basement right now. So if the sound and picture are a little off, that's why. I think it'll be all right, but I just want to give you a little heads up. So I skipped last week, and we did have a little bit of news, but it wasn't a lot, so I didn't feel too bad about skipping it. I did write an article about it, so if you were following on the site, you should already know about these. We got news of two new variants. The first one is Halloween Chopscotch. Now, we have an image of what it's going to look like. From what we can tell, this does seem to be the official image of Halloween Chopscotch, but we don't think Halloween Chopscotch is the official name. We don't know what it is. We don't have any more information about it. We just have this image. Then we also found out from a GameStop listing over in Germany that there is another variant called Steel Hoodsicle. Once again, we don't have a lot of information, and this time we don't even have a picture. I couldn't tell you if Steel Hoodsicle is the actual name of the variant or if it's another variant like we had last year. Last year we had steel-plated smash hit. Maybe it's another steel-plated hoodsicle. I don't know at this point. It could be anything. But it does seem that we have another variant, this time for hoodsicle. This week, though, things got a little more exciting as we got into some more pre-orders. Just today, the Wave 1 single-pack figures went up for pre-order at Target on Target's website. This includes Ambush, Barbella, Chopscotch, Dr. Crankcase, Taekwon Crow, and Wolfgang. Now, these are the figures we are expecting to see in Wave 1. There will also be some crystals, creation crystals that come out in Wave 1. They're just not up for pre-order at this time. But we have 6 single pack figures in addition to all the figures that you're getting out of these starter packs. So that's a lot to go off of in Wave 1 already. But to make things even better, there is a 5-pack of villains. This is an Amazon exclusive bundle. This 5-pack includes Dr. Crankcase, Taekwon Crow, Hoodsicle, Wolfgang, and Chompy Mage. Now, the first 4 of those sound like doubles because I mentioned a bunch of them in the pre-orders at Target. So Dr. Crankcase, Taekwon Crow, and Wolfgang we're already expecting in Wave 1. Hoodsicle we're expecting in Wave 2, so that's not too big of a surprise. But Chompy Mage is the big one. We weren't expecting him in Wave 1 or Wave 2. We were expecting him in Wave 3 or later, so probably at the end of this year, possibly going into January, February of next year. It's hard to say at this point, but we weren't expecting him for a while. But Amazon has stated in their listing that exclusive to Amazon, the Villain Sensei bundle is the only way to get Chompy Mage. So that's a little bit ominous, but I think what they really mean is that it's the only way to get Chompy Mage at launch on day 1. If you want him right away, that's going to be your only way to get Chompy Mage. I do fully believe that we will see an individual release of Chompy Mage at a later date in a later wave, like I was saying, Wave 3 or later probably. But for now, for the time being, Amazon does seem to have at least a timed exclusive of Chompy Mage, and for the time being, they're only offering him in this Villain 5-pack. Now, that's not an entirely bad thing, especially if you're planning on collecting all the figures anyway. If you're planning on getting all the figures, this is actually a good thing because they're going to give you a huge discount. If you were to buy these 5 villain figures individually, it would cost you $75, $15 a piece. But you can get these 5 villains for $59.99 or $60. So you're already getting one of these figures for free. Five villains for the price of 4. Now, it can get even better if you're an Amazon Prime member, like I know a lot of you are. That brings the price of this pack down to $47.99 or $48. So for less than $10 per figure, you can lock in these 5 villains. It's still a pre-order, but you can get these great deals on it, knocking $5 off the price of each figure, basically. That's all the news we have for this week. I hope you're as excited as I am, because we're just a little bit over a month away from the release of Skylanders Imaginators. There's a lot more to come. Stay tuned.